Telling you today that God does not want us to live in chronic fear. Fear is usually the result of increased vulnerability. And that's what we're feeling in our nation and around the world. We feel vulnerable. We don't have any way to protect ourselves, but we have the protection of Psalms 91. And if you don't even read the Bible, and by the way, I was notified today that many of the rabbis and synagogues are reading the protection Psalms out of the book of Psalms over their people, and they're asking them to take those Psalms. They believe that there is supernatural power in Psalms like Psalms 91, that when you speak those words, that He'll give His angels charge over you, that He'll protect you, that He will keep you, and you abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Read Psalms 91. When you're afraid, choose faith over fear. Read the Word of God. If you'll read the Bible will read you. And it'll detect that fear, and then it'll feed your faith. Isaiah 43:2 needs to be spoken over our nation today. When you pass through the water, I will be with you. When you go through the rivers, they will not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, it will not burn you. Neither shall the flame be kindled against you. And then he goes on to say later that you are precious in my sight, and I love you, and I will give people for your life. And the person that He gave for my life was Jesus Christ. He carried my sorrow. He carried my sickness. He carried my death in His body on the cross, and He did you. Don't allow faith to cause you to go into denial. When people become dominated by fear, they begin to move into denial. Faith is not pretending like, that you have faith so great that you don't have any issues. Everybody has problems. Everybody gets sick. Everybody goes through issues. But here's what I tell people. Everything is better with Jesus, including trouble. So fear wants to cause us to go into denial, to not deal with the issues. Listen to this. Face the problem, but focus on God. Choose faith over fear. That's why a lot of folks don't get checkups. They don't go to doctors. They haven't had a physical in so long because they're afraid. They're dominated with fear. And the truth is, this is no time to be dominated with fear. And this is a time when we don't need to be living in denial. Secondly, fear causes us to become people of procrastination. You see, fear makes you begin to procrastinate. And you should confront something. You should confront someone, but because of fear, you just put it off, and you put it off, and you put it off, and you put it off. And lastly, fear causes us to enter into a place of indecision. Somebody said when you're caught between a yes, sir, and a no, sir, you got to make a big decision. You don't know if you should go with yes, sir, or no, sir. You get an all, sir. And a lot of people are in the valley of decision. God told Elijah, He said, tell the people, why do you halt between two opinions? Why are you not making a decision? Because fear causes us to move into a place of indecision. When God tells us to not fear, He's saying He's not saying you don't have to ever have the emotion of fear. What He's saying is, trust me even though you are afraid. Trust me and choose faith over fear. Compared to our God who is on our side, listen, let it get in your spirit. It's much ado about nothing. And I want to conclude as they're coming back to the music that God delights, listen, in courageous people. In people who are strong and courageous, who when they face challenges, they don't buckle and they don't fear and they don't fall. Many are afraid now of the fear of failure of their business and their finances. I believe this fear is very real. But the fear of failure of business and the stock market and finances and the economy can cause people to tremble and fear and oh no. But Jesus said, I'll take care of you. It's much ado about nothing. If I feed the sparrows, I'm going to feed you. If I take care of all of nature, I'm going to take care of you.